Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've had several new subscribers recently, so I thought I would take this opportunity to do a brief tutorial on how I use my inventory sheet to help me make drafts for eBay and Poshmark, and then at the end I'll show you some of the sales I made over the weekend. Let's launch this reseller, Rowboat. Hey everyone, welcome back to Reseller Rowboat. My name is Beth and I live in Houston. I sell part-time on eBay and Poshmark, and I use a clothing inventory sheet to create drafts for eBay and Poshmark. But you can use it for all other types of inventory, and it might be something you want to check out. The reason I love this inventory sheet is number one, it gets me away from my desk. I can spend time with my little family in the evenings just by taking my sheet out on a clipboard, measure the clothes, and fill out all the item specifics ahead of time before I make my drafts. Another reason I like it is because I can take it anywhere when I go out of town. I even took it to a hospital one time when I was in a waiting room. I was able to create drafts just by bringing my sheets along. And the main reason I really like using this is it has kept me from making errors. So let's go ahead and go over to my PC screen and I'll show you what it looks like. I also have one that I use for appliance parts. Like I said, you could create your own for anything, jewelry, hard goods. The possibilities for this are endless, but I'm hoping this will just give you a jumping off place. All right, it's been a really long day here and I'm ready to wind down, but first I wanted to go ahead and do this video. This is my clothing inventory sheet. I printed out on one side of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's identical on both sides, and once it comes out, I just cut it down the middle. Typically, I print out 20 sheets at a time, which would give me 40 drafts. So we're just going to go through some of these things here, and I'll show you how easy it is to do this. So right here, we have the tag number, and that's important. That's really the last thing that I put on the sheet. So let me show you what the tag number is. It's this little thing right here. That's the tag number. So when I am inserting my photographs into my drafts, all I have to do is look for that number and I make sure that I'm using the correct piece of clothing. I'm using the correct clothing inventory sheet. Sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 red items. Sometimes I'll have up to 12, 15 pairs of jeans. They all look alike. All I have to do is look for the tag number. SKU. All right, my items are categorized by color. So I have red, blue, green sections. I have paisley, floral, striped, watercolor sections. So right here, I just put the first 3 letters, FLO for floral, WAT for watercolor, BLU for blue. I do not put a number after it because I'm not going to add that number until I do the actual draft. Cost of goods is usually $1 for me, but right now in my trunk, I have some items that I got for $1.25. So I make sure that when I have created these sheets that I do all the $1 items at the same time, all the $1.25 items at the same time, all the $3 items at the same time. That is going to actually go in my SKU. Then I have the brand. You can make this go super fast by making shortcuts, nicknames for things. For me, WW is Woman Within, QF is Quacker Factory, F21 is Forever 21. You get the picture. All right, here I circle whether it can be worn in the office, casually, party, or Royal Flush. I really don't even use that anymore, but that's things like novelty items, like Disney things, seasonal, like Christmas, something like that. And I actually probably need to take that out because I don't even have to circle it anymore. All right, then of course, men's or women's. At this point in time, mostly I sell women's, so I don't even circle women's anymore, but I do make sure I circle men's because some brands are for men and women as well. Of course, I put the size and then I put the style. The style is tunic, sweater, pajama top, things like that. Something that's going to go in the item specific, something that's going to tell me the eBay category. So if it's sweatshirt, I know that when I list it, I'm going to pull up my sweatshirt template. If it's pajamas, I'm going to pull up my pajama template. If it's a swimsuit, it's going to go in my swimsuit template. All right, this is for pants. So I have boot cut, chino, straight, cropped capri, comfort. Comfort I usually put for items that have elastic waistbands, flare, shorts, skinny, relaxed, and dress pants. New with tags, almost every single thing that I sell is pre-owned, so I do not circle pre-owned anymore. But if it's new with tags, I do circle it. What I'm probably going to do, and that's the wonderful thing about this sheet, is it's so flexible. You can take away or add to it at any time. So probably what I'm going to do here is take pre-owned away, and I'm going to put new without tags because I found myself writing W/O for new without tags. I want to keep myself from having to write as much and just circle. Drafted, I don't know. This is where I check off when I've actually made the draft. So that stays empty until I've actually typed it in to eBay. These are like my denim washes, light, medium, dark. Is the item distressed? This is mainly for jeans. So I have 5 pockets, elastic waist or slash pockets. So this could be for skirts, pants, elastic waist could be for skirts, pants, pajamas, anything. All right, here's where it really comes in. This is what I really do, okay? This gives me a space to measure the waist, the hip, the sleeve, the rise, the inseam, the length, the hem, and the chest. Of course, on a top, I'm not going to be measuring the hip or the waist or the inseam or the rise, but I know, well, sometimes on a top there will be waist, right? So I think I've got everything pretty much what I would typically measure. I don't measure all of them for everything, but they're there if I need them. Here are my different sleeve lengths: long sleeve, short sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, sleeveless, spaghetti strap, cold shoulder. These are the ones that I find that I'm using a lot. I probably should put wide strap for swimsuits, but I really don't have a lot of space, but that may be something that I add to this line in the future. Here we go in alphabetical order with colors: beige, burgundy, black, blue, all the way to yellow. Now remember, most people do not search for a multicolor piece of clothing. They search for something that goes with a blue outfit or a yellow outfit. So if the item is primarily yellow, I will put yellow and I will put lots of circles. And then I'll look at the secondary color. Let's say it's also got some pink in it. I'll do 1 circle around pink. That way, when I get to Poshmark and I have a place for 2 colors, I can put yellow and pink. But for eBay only, it will be yellow. Now, sometimes when I can't decide, what I will do is I will put 1 color in the title and a different color in the item specifics. This has created problems with buyers before because they'll say, hey, in the title it says this is yellow, but in the item specifics it says it's pink. Then I have to explain to them, of course, well, it's both. All right, these are my patterns: camouflage, solid, stripe, paisley, tribal, geometric, watercolor, mosaic, floral, animal print, plaid, and tie-dye. This would be for dresses, mini, midi, and also skirts. Mini, maxi, A-line, flare, pencil, shift, and sheath. Say that 3 times real fast. All right, now this next one, some people don't put the country of manufacturer. They say it is not necessary, and that is true on most items. So eBay wants us to fill in as many item specifics as possible, and so of course I'm going to put in the country of manufacturer if it's there, because that's one more item specific that I have. All right, so it just takes a split second. There are a few countries on here like Mauritius. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's not on here. I don't get it very often. Some North Islands, I can't think of what it's called, but I can't put them all, but these are the most common ones that I see. All right, here we go with our fabrics. So we have acetate, acrylic, cotton. I do these in alphabetical order so that I can find them quickly, all the way down to wool. And then we have our closures, zip, button, pullover, quarter zip, quarter button, snaps, and drawstring. And then these are the collars or the necklines: boat, collared, cow, draped, crew, round, square, sweetheart, turtle, V-neck, and high neck. Now, that takes care of most of your required item specifics and a few of the recommended. All right. But then I have things that I definitely want to note. If I don't have an item specific for it, again, don't add an item specific that's not there. That will throw you out of the search. But some of these are like accents. There's beads and crochet and embroidery. You can go to the drop down menu and click those. All right. If something is not in the item specifics, I recommend that you put it in the description box below your listing. All right. So some pieces of clothing, asymmetric, will be in the features, but not always. So I will be sure and put asymmetric in the description: shark bite, handkerchief hem, things like that. Eyelet. I don't believe eyelet is an item specific. A lot of people want to know that. That would also be in my title as well, right? And so this will tell me how to create my title as well. Glitter, keyhole, lace. A lot of times I write trim here because some things are not made of lace, but there is lace trim. Lightweight. Lightweight is a great item specific to add to your features because it's just another feature that you can put in there. You can also put it in your title. There are a lot of items that we never think of as being lightweight, but they are, right? Lined, mesh, pin tucked. Pin tuck is not an item specific. It really should be. I guess that would come under pleated. There it is, pleated. Racer back. Now that's a tank top that's got the cross back. Rhinestones, ruche. Ruche is not an item specific. It probably should be. I guess people put pleated, but to me that's different. Ruffle, sash, sequins, sheer. Sheer is a very important one. Studded, sublimation, and tiered or layered. Then down here I put, is it machine washable? I really circle. I don't check anymore. I circle. Hand wash or dry clean. All right. Then in my description, I put item is either stretchy or not stretchy. So I put a circle around one of those, any known flaws, and then at the bottom I do have a space. You can't see it, but that's where I write extra things that are kind of interesting. And sometimes if I'm on the couch and I'm doing this with an item and there's a long thread under the arm or something and I don't have a pair of scissors, I'll write down here cut string from armpit, or remove plastic. I don't know what I call it, a dongle. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, those plastic things that this price tags are on. I'll make notes like that down there. Then I write, is it going to be first class or priority? If I know for sure it's first class, I'll circle it. If it's a pair of jeans, it'll be priority. If I'm not sure, I just put a question mark, and that makes me remember to weigh the item before I draft it. I don't put the price here. I put the price when I create my draft because I go to Terapeak and I look up the most recent comps on the item and I add $10. I don't know about this. I put this as reviewed because a lot of times when I'm actually creating my drafts and I don't have the items with me, I'll say, ooh, I forgot to put the size, or I forgot to put the fabric content. And so this was supposed to help me to remember. I was supposed to check it off that I have filled all these in, but I'm really, really bad about that. Now let me take you over to one more sheet, and this is my appliance part sheet that I created. Again, this is just one sheet. I do not cut it in half. And so I give this a number, but I really don't need it. But sometimes I will have 6 or 7 machines that I'm parting out. And if that's the case, this will be machine number 1. I put the brand, the model number, and then I start putting the parts. I had put measurement, but I'm not putting that anymore because the measurements are now in my photos. So I'm going to be taking that away shortly. And then I leave this blank. And then while I'm drafting the items, I am doing comps on the items. So I have enough room for 7 parts, but if I take out this measurement, that will give me room for probably 9 parts. And there are times I do machines, I part out machines that have 15 parts and have to go to another sheet or go on the back. All right, so like I said, this has freed me up to be able to measure clothes when I'm home, and then I can take my sheets with me. I can do up to 50, 100 sheets at a time if I want to, and then go away for a few days um, and draft. And it's awesome. I don't have to have the items in my hand. Um, but the main thing I've noticed is I make fewer mistakes because before, when I didn't have the inventory sheet, I was bringing my item up and down, up and down, up and down, looking for things, and I was missing things when I was doing that. And um, I've just had so much fewer mistakes. I can't even spit because I look at it when I'm measuring it, and then I also have to double check it when I'm drafting it, and then I also double check it again when I'm actually letting it go live. So if I've looked at the listing 3 times basically, or the item 3 times, I'm gonna have fewer mistakes, which equals fewer returns. All right, well, I'm going to stop for now. I'm gonna leave you in this video with things that sold over the weekend. I hope you had a fantastic Monday, and I hope to see you on my next live stream. Remember, we are all in this business boat together, so paddle on. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment below. See ya.